In November 2011, Emmanuel, a second-year student, jumped from Mary Stuart Hall. He had planned his suicide for 2 months. No one noticed his pain. This was a clear cry for help, yet no one listened to him. The same month, Hassan, an IT student, also jumped from Mary Stuart Hall and died instantly. These tragic events were reported by newspapers such as the Daily Monitor and the Observer. In September 2016, Ronald, a student, tried to take his own life after losing money in sports betting. 2 years later, Joshua, a fourth-year forestry student, committed suicide at Mary Stuart Hall as well. Depression is often mentioned, but it's not the root cause. It's like a shadow covering our systems. These systems teach young people their worth depends on grades. Failure brings shame, and asking for help shows weakness. Classmates noticed Ronald and Joshua growing quieter, but with exams and worries, they couldn't stop to help. There's also the story of a policeman in Entebbe. Even those in uniforms can feel deep sadness. This officer was struggling with debts and pressure from superiors. When his body was found, a newspaper published a blurry photo of his boot beside the bed. Police constable takes own life. No investigation or mourning, just another life lost to despair. We train officers for conflict but neglect to help them handle grief. In May 2023, another police constable in Kasanda shot himself after firing bullets toward his superior. He had loans he couldn't repay. This followed a soldier killing a minister over unpaid salaries. Later that year, a young woman in Lira wrote a suicide note on Facebook before taking her life. She wrote, "To those who love me, I'm sorry I couldn't be stronger," and ended with, "Don't blame anyone." Comments followed. Some called her selfish, others quoted Bible verses. Few offered rest in peace. Have we learned to use scripture as a weapon of comfort? Has our empathy turned digital? In rural areas, the situation can be even worse. A man in Iganga hanged himself after a cancer diagnosis. Villagers believed the tree was cursed. Children avoided the area, and his widow was told to move. That's how stigma grows, through fear and misconceptions. We worried about bad luck, not why he died. In a nearby village, a young Muslim man was found dead, having swallowed rat poison. He was disowned by his father and banned from family gatherings due to his conversion to Christianity. The village chairman acknowledged hearing his story, but couldn't imagine him taking his life. "I thought they were family misunderstandings," he retorted. But how can a monkey judge a forest feud? This highlights larger issues that colonial laws overlook. Laws written in 1950 still affect us. Section 210, criminalizing attempted suicide, was from the Indian Penal Code of 1860. Britain repealed it in 1961. They moved on, but we are still stuck with the past. Imagine the moral wrongness of a law that punishes someone trying to survive. A person broken, isolated, without hope, wakes up in a hospital only to find trouble. This law doesn't stop desperate situations. It ensures survivors suffer more trauma. They become less likely to seek help, feeling their pain is an unforgivable moral failure. The law turns personal shame, fear of gossip, and family judgment into state-backed guilt. Legal aid organizations and news outlets share a common theme. The police often arrive first. In 2019, a young man, after attempting to harm himself, was discharged from a health center to a police station. The hospital's records were used as evidence against him. A system meant to help now imposes shame. I can clearly imagine the moment of interrogation. The survivor, weak and in pain, confronted by a large police officer, a symbol of authority, sitting by the bed with a pen and paper. You understand that what you did is illegal, right? It's an offense against the state, Section 210. The survivor may whisper back, I couldn't face my father. The officer, focusing only on the law, responds, not facing your father isn't an excuse. We need to know your intentions. This is how the law deepens the original trauma. The survivor's fear of humiliation, failure, and abandonment is validated and intensified. The police station, with its harsh environment and dominating authority, becomes the final, terrifying point of their suffering. The law replaces care with coercion. Handcuffs substitute for compassionate support. Questioning takes the place of counseling, and the need for a witness statement invades their privacy. The state adds another layer of trauma, making the survivor see institutions meant to help as sources of danger. They learn that their most profound pain is treated like a crime,